So it's good to have Rod Allen back behind the wheel, but it's Ogle and the 4 of Clint Thayer to head us away as they're 4 wide at the tail of the field with Treneman, Rod Allen, Rachel Spalding, and the 28 of Michael Clark all in there, but up the hill they go for the first time of asking. They're going to be trailing the West Australian champion as one car runs very wide. Anthony Page, who goes a long way back actually in the second to last, but a good battle for our top 3 now as Aidan Tawern has got himself on that final spot on the podium.
And Clinton Thayer in car number 4 really applying the pressure to the West Australian champion. So Manjimup driver out in front, Drew Ogle only just from Albany's Clinton Thayer, and Aidan Tawern, Michael Clark, then Rod Allen. There's not much separating the first 5. In fact, there's not much separating the first 8. As they move down the back straight, Drew Ogle leads, but not by much. Thayer on the outside. On the inside is Aidan Tawern. Michael Clark is right there, as is Rod Allen. So they sneak up the main straight. We've got 3 down and 5 to go in Heat 1. Whoops.
A lot of water coming out of Rod Allen's car after he hit the concrete wall in his first run back in a long time, as the 47 is facing the wrong way. It's a Tyrepower Margaret River machine. Probably all out for heat race number 1. And it's Manjimup versing a trio of Albany drivers behind him as we're underway with heat race number 1 of the production sedans. Thanks to BGR Equipment. Thayer decides he wants to go to the outside, while Tawern and Clark are going to be persistent with the bottom line on their task on challenging our West Australian champion, as it looks like it'll be Tawern, the next driver to fight up against car number 1. As they come up the hill, Ogle running very comfortably in the lead.
Well, Ogle leads, but not by much. Here comes Aidan Tawern now on the inside of Clinton Thayer, and right behind them is Michael Clark. They run down the back straight. Thayer now comes back on the outside of Aidan Tawern and thinks about the outside of Drew Ogle. They are 3 wide for the lead. Look at this. Tawern sneaks up the inside. Thayer goes around the outside, and Ogle goes back to 3rd, maybe back to 4th, because Michael Clark is right in that group as well. Tremendous stuff, and he is. He goes back to 4th as Drew Ogle. It's Tawern, Thayer, Clark and Ogle, as now he comes up on the outside once again. Does Clinton Thayer maybe opens up the gap now for Michael Clark?
Something looks amiss on the West Australian champion, because he is falling back dramatically through the field as Treneman and Anthony Page are starting to lay an attack on the champion, but it's Clark and Thayer still side by side along the back straight. And the thought that we had is definitely true.
Whoa.
As Ogle goes to the infield, 1 facing the wall. That's Michael Clark. And it's all happening on lap number 5 as the yellows come out.
I think he may have done a tyre, on the 28 car. Yep, the back right tyre has well and truly shredded.
Just the way it went right as well as it was going into turn number 3. So Ogle is out with Allen at car number 28. And you can just see the way the Ford Falcon of Michael Clark is moving. The right rear is gone.
Oh,
and
no.
Shredding all along the track. For a man...
Oh, here we go. This is a bit early in the piece for this.
It is. For a man that owns a tyre company, he should know what it feels like when a right rear tyre goes, and there he goes onto the infield. Obviously not happy with what happened, but from what it looked like, it just shredded.
Well, there's tyre all over the place down here in the main straight, which the officials are now having to pick up. And now Michael Clark wants to have a word with the clerk, of course. I'm not quite sure what his issue is.
It's a pretty well-known rule that it has to be the left front, really, the one that you can be able to drive with that is flat. And he's obviously voicing his displeasure about what happened with the events that transpired. So Treneman's found himself in 3rd place now.
Hasn't been opened yet.
But Aidan Tawern, who was only trailing Kyle Sayer by 2 points in the series. Now we'll see himself lead anyway after this heat race with Sayers still to run. Kyle Sayers actually has to come out of position number 7 in that next heat race, but with 3 laps to go, it's going to be Trewern, Clint Thayer, Robbie Trenham and Anthony Page. Then it's Rachel Spalding and Tyler Spalding. As I did hear a word been happening with Clark. He'll be credited with completing 5 laps. So too Drew Ogle and Rod Allen out of our field of 9. So 6 still remaining to run for our 3-lap resumption of heat race number 1 of the production sedan. It's a car line. Hold on, Commodore. Maynard Trewern trying to play it safe on the inside, but a little bit of a drift out wide. See Sayer trying to sneak to the inside. So too is Anthony Page on Robbie Trenham, and Page trying to recoup his lost earnings from the start of the race where he ran very wide out of turn number 4 as he fights with Robbie Trenham for the last spot on the podium. So they're 2 by 2 at the moment for first and third, with Rachel Spalding trying to hold on to the mix. But from here on in, Trewern just has to play it smart.
So 1 and a bit laps to go. The white flag comes out, and it's going to be a race to the line. Thayer looking under Trewern. Trenham in 3rd place from Page. Back then to Spalding in 5th place, and then back to Tyler Spalding at the back. What can Clinton Thayer do in this last half lap? They run down the back straight. There's a car length in it. Robbie Trenham back there in 3rd, and Clinton Thayer did again look to the outside. It's not going to happen. Aidan Trewern has driven a mean line, moves out of turn number 4 and will greet the checkered flag. Aidan Trewern first, Clinton Thayer 2nd, Robbie Trenham 3rd. Back then to Anthony Page, Rachel Spalding and Tyler Spalding. They were the 6 that finished. Michael Clark did 5, Drew Ogle 3 and Rod Allen 1. And that is all that competed in that event. Aidan Trewern first, Clinton Thayer 2nd, Robbie Trenham 3rd. Winning margin was .424, and the best lap of the race was a 21.852 by Aidan Trewern. Oh, nearly got him again. My goodness gracious, what is going on?